Oh, wow, that was crazy. Welcome back, everybody. So today's going to be an extremely exciting / nerve-wracking day. We're going to be throwing the most expensive baits I've ever thrown before. So hopefully they work, and I pray that I don't lose one. If you buy these from American retailer, they're right around $90. I think like 87, 88, something like that. You can buy them a little bit cheaper if you buy them directly from a Japanese site. That's where they're from, Japan. With the exchange rates and everything else like that, you can get it for a little bit cheaper. But for the most part, it's an Imakatsu Uma. I got the slow sinking one, so this is like supposed to be like just a little subsurface bait. And they're supposed to turn, and I guess with the wings and whatnot, I assume that they turn in opposite directions, and probably throw a lot of water displacement. So hopefully that is the case. Hopefully they work. They are one of the craziest lures I've ever seen in my life. For $90, I hope they work really, really well. Obviously $90 for some of our swim bait aficionados isn't that expensive, but insanely expensive for me. So they come with BKK hooks, which are extremely sticky, so that's should be really decent as far as hookup ratios. And I believe I don't know what color this is, and it doesn't say. Well, I'm sure it says on the back, but obviously it's all in Japanese, so I don't really. I think this one was electric blue, and that's matte black or black raven or something of that sort. So water clarity, I already looked at it, is not awful, so we'll probably start off with the electric blue. We're out at the mini pond just because I know where snags are, and I have a pretty good chance of catching fish, and I don't think there are any pike in here, so the chances of me losing one on our first trip is pretty low. So our first goal is just to catch a fish with it. Maybe we'll go out to a pond that has bigger fish and potentially can catch some pike or whatnot. I'll probably end up throwing a leader on this because I just really don't want to lose $90 immediately. So let's get after it. Let's hope for the best. Yeah, let's see what a $90 bait is all about. So unboxing this guy, it comes in pretty neat packaging, which for $90 you kind of think that'd be packaged well, but comes with a little zip tie we'll have to cut. See what she looks like. Stuck already. Oh, that's BKK hooks. Again, they're extremely sticky. Already bleeding. So they do come in a floating version and a subsurface. I think I only had the opportunity to buy the subsurface one, so that's the one I bought. So I would assume it's 3-piece bait. They have wings all in different directions. This one only has one wing, which is kind of interesting. But and they look like they're in opposite directions. So I would assume the front would go one way, the back would go the other way, and I don't know what the middle does with only one wing, but so yeah, let's go ahead and tie her on. This is by far one of the craziest things I've ever seen. It does have a swivel up front, which is, I'm sure, needed, with obviously a bait that's spinning a ton. And if anybody's ever used a whopper plopper or a chopper or something like that, and it spins, not supposed to, but if it accidentally turns over and starts rolling, obviously you end up with just an absolute ton of line twists and issues. So that is that. That's what she looks like. Just an absolute insane bait, and these hooks are so ridiculously sharp, it's crazy. But let's tie her on and see if we can't get into a couple. All right, so it does sink really, really slowly, so I guess you can go ahead and reel this thing, or twitch it almost like a jerkbait and move it much, much slower. And it goes so slow, like sinking wise, you could probably run it as a topwater if you reeled fast enough. But so okay, so that middle section doesn't turn over, which is probably a good thing. It probably helps out with the hookup ratio. because it always keeps that hook in the bottom versus, you know, rolling on top or anything else like that. That's probably why that one only has one wing, just to stabilize it a little bit more. But that is an absolutely insane action. Crazy. Well, and I think this one this is the slow sink, so it was just like a couple grams, because obviously we're dealing with Japan and whatnot, a couple grams heavier. So I think it came out to just a little bit over an ounce, and the floating one I think was just a tiny bit less than that, but I think that one was still over an ounce also. So you can throw it on perfectly normal bass gear, even though it kind of looks like a bigger lure. It really isn't all that heavier. All right, let's get after it. First cast. Oh, there's a bobber down there. Let's see. Well, there's a fish that jumped. Okay. So with a moderate retrieve, we're waking. If we reel a little faster, we most certainly can go ahead and get top water. This is absolutely insane. Now can we catch a fish on it? It doesn't cast too bad at all. I would say, oh, I had one. No. Watched him wake to it too. Oh, that was crazy. That's not good. It doesn't cast too bad though. With as many pieces as it is, along with the wings and the feather, you would think it kind of like flutters a little bit in the air, but it actually does a pretty decent job casting, at least on bass gear. See if we can't get that one again. That was so neat. Oh, something popped it. I don't know what it was. It looked tiny. Oh, there's one. I don't know if that was the same fish or not. The middle hook. Oh boy, I am not. Nope, not feeling comfortable about that. Oh my. I might grab some pliers. All right, and he's got the back treble flying around. This is just... Can a hook be too sharp? Come on. Can't even grab the lure because it's twists. Come on. There. Nope. We're not doing that today. These hooks are crazy sharp. Got them down below too. There we go. First one. A little one, but the first one. Hopefully of many. On the Uma. Well, let's get some more. And again, we'll probably end up fishing here for a while, hopefully catching a few fish, and then going to another lake. Oh, that was an awful cast. Going to another lake, hopefully to catch some bigger ones. And there is the opportunity on almost all of our lakes for pike, so we'll be using a steel leader for sure. And that might affect the action, but I'd probably rather affect the action a little bit than to lose $90 because the pike missed and bit our line. So when you're this nervous about losing a bait, it's probably too expensive for you, but here we are. there's one. Jeez, right next to the bank. That scared me. Again, these treble hooks that just are flying around make me nervous. If they would just calm down to where I could grab them. There. Perfect. A little bit bigger of one. We had to go to another lake. We just weren't having many bites. I don't think there's going to be much for topwater because last night, even though it is June, we had a night into the like mid 40s, so the water's probably cooled down quite a bit, and it got cloudy out, so we ended up switching on over to the Black Raven, I think is what this one's called. So not a bad one. Much better than the first one we caught, but we bit it right at shore, and I was not prepped for that. I was getting ready to pull it out of the water, but there we go. There's our second one. Today we are back out throwing the Imakatsu Uma. It's bluebird skies, so ended up putting on the, I believe it's blue lightning, blue electric, something like that. Just a little bit more clear. Probably do a little bit better in the very, very clear water that we have. It's tannic, but probably better than the Black Raven one that we have. So I don't know how well we'll do as far as top water goes. I assume this is going to have to be like a subsurface day, but nevertheless, we'll fish this pretty much exclusively today and see if we can't get into a few fish. I absolutely love this bait. It's very, very unique, but the price tag is hard to swallow for sure. But let's get after it. Got one. There's one. Finally. Not a big one. Oh, at first I was like, what is that? Oof, bottom jaw. There we go. They definitely stick them. Super sharp BKK hooks. That is a fat one. Holy cow. He's small, but he is got a tummy on him. All right, let him go. All right, so this is going to be our last day throwing the Imakatsu, and I think this is a little bit different of a challenge for unique lures than we've had in the past, because I have the utmost faith in this catching fish. That might have something to do with the fact that I paid almost $90 for it, but just with the action and everything like that, I wouldn't understand why it wouldn't catch fish. It's got phenomenal action in like a number of different ways that you can fish it. I think it's just more or less the weather, and fish haven't been super aggressive towards it. I haven't caught a ton of fish in open water with top water or anything like that yet this year, so that might have something to do with it. The water temperatures fluctuating so much, and so much rain and whatnot, so that could have something to do with it. But I don't think I would just write this bait off from the past couple trips by any means, like some of the other ones. But we're gonna fish it for one more day. It's a little bit overcast, so we're throwing the Black Raven color. Hopefully we end up with a fish or two before the end of the day, and then we can go ahead and give final reviews. But let's get after it. Hopefully we do catch, you know, one or two at least, but we'll see. Oh, wow, that was crazy. Pike came completely vertical for that. Don't come off. Completely vertical. I don't know how many times I've seen a pike do that. And this is exactly why we put on that leader also. Not a big pike. Actually, it's not a bad one. Kind of skinny, but probably mid-20s. We're not even gonna mess around with this guy. We're just gonna go ahead and get pliers, because those hooks are so sharp. I don't even want to mess around with it. So we'll get that, get them unhooked, and then let them go. Again, not a big one. I mean, it's kind of long, but it's super skinny. But that's probably why he ate that bait so aggressively. Oh, well, there he goes. We might have to help him out because he might be stuck. Oh man. All right, well, We tried. Let's go ahead and get them back in. Oh, you gonna do it? Do it by yourself? I mean, you're almost there. All right, let's get down there and help him out. There you go. Perfect. Well, maybe that was just it. Like we said, maybe it was just we've been fishing bad days, and we finally have a decent day. But that's only one, so let's see if we can't get some more. But that was one of the craziest bites I've seen from a pike in a while. That was great. We are definitely getting bit here. Not a doubt in my mind. Oh, instantly. Oh, no. Come on. Oh. It's like we always know it's going to happen, and yet it's always surprising. And I seem to lose way too many of them, even when I know it's coming. Oh, one busted on it. Come back for it. They are just, I think it's just more of an aggressive day. Come on, see if we can't get that one again. Got him. Small guy? Small guy. I wonder if that was the same one. Oh, I lost him. I wonder if that was the same one that bit the first time. First one seemed bigger than that. Oh, wow. Oh, well, I missed that one too. That one never even touched it. Well, that's about it for today. As the sun came out, I threw the other blue lightning color or whatever it was, hoping to get a couple more bites. But as soon as the sun came out, just never had another bite, which makes a little bit of sense with a top water / wake bait. So I guess can't expect much more there. As we said, you know, today we had, I don't know how many bites. I think it was like 4 bites in a matter of about a half hour. So much more action than we've had, you know, and anyone sitting any other time. So that's great. And I still have a ton of faith in this bait. I just think it would catch fish well, given the right circumstances and whatnot. That being said, as far as price point goes, $90 is hard to swallow. So as far as that goes, I wouldn't be able to recommend it, just short of the uniqueness factor. It's really fun to fish with something that is different. Japan always has really, really innovative lures. So that, you know, fishing with something different is really cool. You know, I guess there is an opportunity that, you know, there might be a time where fish are pressured and just something different will do a little bit better. But, you know, I guess in my opinion, you know, you could probably get away with using a buzz bait, whopper plopper, or, you know, some other sort of wake bait and probably have similar results, to be honest. But for as unique and cool as it is, I mean, if that's something that interests you, I think it's absolutely something to like get into. Almost all JDM baits are just different, and they're, you know, exciting to fish with just because they are different. But some of the price points are a little difficult to deal with. But as always, if you guys like the video, if you wouldn't mind liking, and if you want to see more videos like it, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, that'd be greatly appreciated also. Till the next one.